What is up, Terps fans? Welcome into another Fear the Podcast. I'm Matt Moderno. I'm pleased to be joined here by one of my favorite Terps. We overlapped for a couple years at Maryland, Sean Mosley. Great defender, great scorer, best of both worlds there. So, Sean, we really appreciate what you did for the program. And now we're talking to you as the GM of Shell Shock. So, really
Yeah,
cool to have you on.
yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Was looking forward to this opportunity for a while, and then it all comes full circle now. So I
Yeah, it's
appreciate.
great. Well, let's just start with that. Like, how did the opportunity to be the GM of Shell Shock come about?
We all discussed, me, Dave Neal, Gravis Vasquez. We were all on a call
Mhm.
and trying to get the brotherhood back
Yeah.
because we kind of lost sight of that over the years.
Mhm.
So having more alumni involved and being hands on with opportunities like being a GM for TBT Shell Shock team it's an honor, it's a blessing, and I think we're creating something special here, where though guys can always check on one another more than normal.
Mhm. Yeah, I love kind of reestablishing those roots. I think it's good for the program. I think it helps them recruit moving forward when they can look around and not only see you guys in the stands and games and things like that, but know there's opportunities like this, that there's that family atmosphere. But there have been I've said this on the show a bunch with Dave and guys like that where I've been at games and I've seen you in the crowd and they don't put you up on the jumbotron or anything. So like I would love the program, spotlight you guys more. And I think this is a good way to just kind of you guys like forcing the action here a little bit of reuniting that nostalgia a bit too.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we wanted to do. We want to make awareness that we are
Yeah.
still active. We still are around.
Mhm.
And yeah, I go to a few games, and it's all good. I always get to still see the wonderful fans, and obviously meet new players, and now meet new coaches
Mhm.
for some time now. But just having guys understand, like, Show Shock is bigger than basketball. It's a brotherhood, and we're trying to get guys to really buy into the things that we're trying to create here. And I think what we're creating is special. Having Joe Smith, having Warren Dixon as our head coach, Brian Mouton, Andre Collins. So we definitely have a lot of guys, that premier guys, that
Mhm.
played and got drafted in the NBA and coming back and doing something special for University of Maryland.
For you, you're obviously from the general area here, like, so I'm sure some of these guys you watched growing up, and that was part of the appeal to go to Maryland, and maybe you didn't overlap or interact with them a ton while you were there. So this is a really cool way to get multiple generations from multiple coaches back together, and it was really cool to see what happened with the golf tournament. Great turnout for that, and sounded like it went well too. So I'd love to see more activities coming from you guys like that. I think fans will get a kick out of that.
Yeah, we got some things about sleeves, so
Nice.
things can stay fresh, and things can stay new. And not only guys in my era, but obviously before us, because they built the stepping stone to get us to Xfinity Center.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, playing in Cofield House and growing, and obviously we have a practice facility coming soon. So just to see the growth within the athletic organization, but for us, it's we should feel appreciative to allow others to kind of step in our shoes, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, those guys kind of paved the way for you all, and this is a chance for you guys to kind of pay it forward for the next group. And so much of this is about networking and things too. So building those kind of relationships will only serve these guys longer term. So
Yeah.
love to see it here. So tell us, like, what does a TBT GM do? Were you grinding on tape of who to making calls on the roster? Like, how did this kind of work out?
It's nerve wracking sometimes,
Okay.
but it's fun, because we always been on opposite side of
Mhm.
things. Being recruited and
Sure.
having an agent and trying to sign contracts and
You
trying to.
know what works though, right? You got all the
Yeah,
moves down
we
exactly.
all we that's the good thing about it. Like, we all have the insight of how to go about getting the guys and
Mhm.
seeing which guys fit best for us. And my day-to-day thing is obviously doing interviews, and obviously a lot of Google chat with the whole organization and trying to see what guys fit and what guys don't fit.
Mhm.
Um, and sometimes it's hard, because some guys are really, really good, but we're just trying to build the best team, and everybody's going to have an opportunity. Right now, again, this is our second year in TBT with a lot of new faces from the organization standpoint, far as front office, GM, and everything else. But I think we have a good group of guys that a lot of players respect. So hopefully in the next year or so, we can do things a lot bigger.
You guys have a great group here already, but it's, and obviously you want to win it this first year right out of the gate, but there is a little trial and error to building a roster and
Yeah.
figuring out what works and who fits. And you got to have the right balance. You can't just have like the 12 best guys you can find. You got to have, like any other team, the right way to kind of fit everything. So is that a big factor in this, of like how the pieces connect?
Yeah, it's definitely key. I mean, we're trying to win $1 million, and we're trying to get the best players. And there's a lot of great players that's former Maryland alumni, but there's also a lot of guys that are playing overseas, and
That's true.
the rest period becomes a thing, right? Because a lot of guys get done in end of June, and then TBT is a quick turnaround. So we still got to weigh our options and see what we have available. And this year was kind of not like last minute, kind of sorta, but more so, all right, well, let's try to get a roster together, but let's try to get the best guys possible. We have some Terps and we have some other guys from other universities, but our biggest thing is showing that we can connect, obviously, and with the short turnaround, with practices, trying to get everybody on the same page and trying to get everybody on the same schedule, because everybody don't live in Baltimore.
Good point.
So we have to practice, we have to scrimmage, we have to do certain things, and it looked good. I mean, yesterday we looked really, really well moving the basketball, and our defensive principle is going to be key for us winning a lot of games.
That's cool. So for you guys, like you're building this out, you're putting the roster together. Like, was the coaching staff telling you the way they wanted to play? Was the style of play in mind, or are you building the style of play to the roster? How did that kind of work out?
Well, we let Warren Dixon take care of that.
Okay, he knows what he's doing.
Warren Dixon, Joe Smith, Brian Mouton, them guys came up with a great plan. With the defensive scheme, and with Warren's knowledge of the game and playing at the highest level, he really made an impact, and I think guys react to that and responded very, very well the last couple of days in practice, and you can see the progress. And again, everybody's professional, so they should be able to adapt right away, and I think we have done that. And again, I'm excited for tomorrow night to get the ball rolling and on our way to that $1 million.
You've got a lot of Terps on the roster here. They're obviously all familiar with Juan and what he did, but a lot of the guys that weren't Terps are still from the Maryland area. So I know they all know Juan, and just what he does carries a lot of weight too. So I think that's probably a cool experience for especially some of these younger guys, getting a chance to play for him. So just running through the roster real quick. We got Darryl Morsell, Terp from 2017 to 2021. Melo Trimble from 2014 to 2017. Terrell Stoglin, one of your former teammates, so that's cool to see him on the roster. Spent 2 years in Maryland from 2010 to 2012. Diamond Stone, 2015-2016 season. Eric Ayala from 18 to 22. Xavier Green from 2001 or 2021 to 22. LG Gill, 2016-2017, and Varun Ram, 2013-2016. So that's awesome. That's a lot of Terps, and those are going to be prominent members of the team here, I would imagine, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I know Darryl Morsell when he was at Mount St. Joe. Melo Trimble, when he was in high school as well. It was so crazy and ironic. My religion teacher was teaching at his school.
Oh, cool.
He was going there, so I got a FaceTime one time, and it was Melo Trimble before he made it to Maryland. So I knew him kind of, sort of, just briefly, but nothing special. He will be playing, and we're excited to have our Terps there, and Terp Nation. Hopefully, they come out and support tomorrow night.
A couple other guys. We got Will Cherry, played at Montana. Anthony Tarke, that played at a couple different schools, but finished at Coppin State. Jeff Allen, Virginia Tech, a name a lot of the ACC fans listening to this are familiar with.
Yes.
Andre Fox played at High Point, South Alabama. Kevon Voyles played at UMES and Marshall. Ronald March, Houston Christian. And Kyle Foster played at Howard. For folks that aren't familiar with some of the non-Terps, any names we should know, or guys you're expecting to feature pretty prominently here we should be paying attention to?
You guys will see 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, I like that.
You guys would be surprised the the work the guys put in, and their roles play a huge factor.
Mhm.
We do have Diamond Stone as well.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yep.
Is the big guy.
I love that. You gotta feed the big guy.
Yes, feed him. But no, all the guys, I think they gel well together.
Mhm.
And it's, again, once you become a professional, it's easy to adapt. Like, that's the one thing we kind of piggyback on. Like,
Good
we
point.
should be able to make adjustments without no slack, right?
Mhm.
So we really was on them a lot in the last couple of days in practice, because our defense is going to be our identity,
Mhm.
just like Maryland basketball.
Love that.
Our toughness with Gary Williams on the defense end. We're trying to bring back that identity far as toughness, and we're going to be probably one of the toughest defenses probably in TBT, and I'm excited. And hopefully, in the next couple of years, we can host this thing in College Park.
That's huge.
Great. I mean, the atmosphere will be rock, and then hopefully we'll be able to host a region next year.
All these guys have a lot of pro experience. I know that was an important factor for you. I've heard Nima talk about that, of guys that are ready, to compete here. But these are grown men, and I think that's important for TBT because it turns into rugby out there a little bit sometimes. So these dudes will be ready.
Yeah, they let you play. And the referees on our couple calls, talking over the rules and dealing with the referees, they're not going to call hand check. They're going to
Right.
let us play. So we just got to, in practice, we worked on just not worrying about the foul, just playing through fouls. If they call it, they don't, and keep it moving. That's going to be our biggest thing. But we're going to be an aggressive team on the defense end, and that's going to set the tone from game one at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Other than the Diamond Stone, the big guy we mentioned there, not the biggest roster overall here. You got some other pieces, Jeff Allen and guys like that, and LG Gill that,
Yeah.
more of the forward size, but a lot of guys in that 6'5" range. So I'm picturing this is like a really switchable group. Was that an intentional choice to kind of load this thing up with like length on the perimeter?
Yeah, we just tried to fill guys in. We wanted a few guards to handle the basketball and they can actually put the ball in the hoop and make open shots.
Sure.
With Jeff Allen being interchangeable, he can play 2-3, or 2-3-4. LG Gill, he can guard anyone. And he's in great shape. Darryl Morsell, we know what he can do, being defensive, first team at Maryland. And he sets the tone. Darryl Morsell sets the tone on the defense end. He's talkative. He's in great shape. He looks good, and he's open. He's making open shots. We know what he can do, going downhill, getting to the basket, drawing fouls, and obviously creating for others. So with the roster pick that we kind of went with, we wanted guys that can accommodate one another throughout the whole offense, and obviously on the defense end, because we need to get stops. And with the rules, I think it's 9-minute quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, after 4 minutes, under 4 minutes, they had 8 points. So we gotta be mindful of that. It's new for Juan. It's new for me.
Mhm.
Neiman and Darryl Morsell, they done it once before when they played 2 years ago. But for us, we still have to adjust, and we try to do that during our scrimmages and during practice, so we can get kind of caught up to speed with that. But we're ready to rock, and the guys out there now shoot. I think they had shoot around a little bit earlier
Yeah.
today, so they're getting their rest and getting off their feet and getting ready for tomorrow's showdown.
I love that Elam ending because you can't just run out the clock. You can't hide. You got to win the
Yeah,
game, which that's like the Terp mindset. Go out and take it from somebody. So
yeah.
that's cool. But
And again, teams last year, we piggybacked on it last year. I mean, earlier today in practice, guys, you could be down by 10 points and still come back and win.
yeah.
It's all about getting stops and making the right stop, making the right plays down the stretch, and not fouling early on in the fourth quarter, because they can come back and haunt you.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys practice that because with anything, it takes some getting used to, and you're ingrained to play a certain kind of way to close games out. So that's a
Yeah.
great call. Your first opponent. So again, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Friday. The game will be on the TBT YouTube channel. You're playing Love, Virginia. What do you know about the other team here, and what can you tell fans to kind of expect from them?
They're gonna probably play fast paced. I think they're guard heavy.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna switch a lot. I think we just have to be physical with them early on and not let them get comfortable. slowing them up in the half-court sets, and obviously stand to our tactics that we worked on in practice as far as defense and sharing the basketball on the offense end. I think everybody's talented enough to shoot the basketball, but I think paying close attention to details on the defensive end will help you win, especially in this type of environment. Because again, like you said, with the ending of the game, it's only a shot clock. There's no clock running out, so they can't hold the basketball. They have to score, and we have to get stops. All right, that's going to be the biggest thing for us: getting stops. And we know Virginia's going to come out playing fast. I believe they like to shoot a lot of threes.
Looks like it.
Again, they get up and down a lot, so we have to be in shape. We have to be ready and well rested to put up with them for 37 minutes, 30 plus minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll be fine. I think we can match up with them very well. I think they have some tough time with us, with our big guys, Jeff Allen, LG, Diamond Stone, and obviously Darryl is gonna. Again, he's the leader of the pack. He's gonna set the tone early on, and we're looking for him to do that each and every game.
I love that. Yeah, and he's got the TBT experience there too, which is
Yep.
cool. Looking at their roster, you mentioned it, pretty guard heavy. They do have DeJour Dickens that played at Providence, Old Dominion, Hampton. He's 7'1". Keyshawn Faulkner Smith that played at Virginia Union, 6'10". But otherwise, a lot of guys in that like 5'10" to 6'3" range. So I think getting out and running is a good call. I pulled some of their college stats and some pro stats, and
they shoot a lot.
there's a lot of guys putting a lot of shots up, and I think they're all from the Richmond area, it seems like. So I'm sure they have some familiarity with each other, but I bet there's some guys on your team that know some of these guys here too. So having a little familiarity there probably helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I forget which one is from Virginia. He knows pretty much most of them that play on the Virginia team. And again, like we explained to them in practice, look, we just got to hit the offensive glass. They got two big guys, and we know they're only going to play one at a time. Because they want to be interchangeable and keep big fella underneath the basket. So we're going to draw him out much as possible, and then attack the seams and get the open shot, the best possible shot that we can get. And obviously, like again, our defensive tactics is different. And they were flying around. When I say excited, I'm excited for this group that we kind of brought together and seeing what the product is tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on YouTube TV.
Just last couple questions for you, Sean. I'll let you get out of here and get ready for a big weekend ahead of you. You got yourself, Travis Garrison as the GMs, Andre Collins, Byron Mouton, Joe Smith, Juan Dixon, the coaching staff. Can you guys go out and scrimmage these guys, and can you still give them all they can handle? Because I got to think no other coaching staff or front office staff in the TBT is quite as talented as that group.
Yeah, we for sure can. Yeah, absolutely. We talk about that all the time. Everybody. I talked to a couple guys, and it was like, man, that's a nice 7 guys.
Yeah, that's not bad. I would like to have seen that group play together. That'd been pretty cool.
Oh man, I would love to play with. I mean, I used to play against one when I was in high school here in Baltimore, but I would love to play with Joe Smith. I would love to play against Travis. Them guys are greats. So I'm honored to be a part of this group, obviously, and again, I'm just looking forward. I'm excited to take that 2 hour and 40-minute drive and, get there in game time. And again, we're ready. We're ready.
Obviously, I don't want to make this about the guys that aren't there because you got a great group of guys that were here. But was there anybody that you guys really did want to get or tried to get? I think Maryland fans are always curious, like who was maybe in the mix, or was there somebody that you wanted to work out but just couldn't make it work?
Well, we were trying to get James Padgett.
Okay, gotcha.
But it didn't fit his schedule.
Okay.
We were trying to get Keyshawn Howard. We tried to get Nick Fells. And, them guys are still playing. I think Nick's playing somewhere right now, and Keyshawn is, trying to do the G League, still training in Delaware. So we reached out to some guys before we started filling the roster in with non-Terps. Like, that was our biggest thing. Mm-hmm. We need at least 8 Terps. Like, that was our goal. And then we can fill a roster in with other guys. But these guys that we picked on this roster are amazing. I mean, and they're all pros. And again, I had to get familiar with them. They had to get familiar with me because I'm familiar with some of them, but not all. So I'm excited just to see and growing that brotherhood that we're trying to grow. I mean, that bond that we're trying to grow as well. And I think with this group of guys and the coaches and name of choosing the front office, I think it was amazing. Dave Neal has done a great job as well, putting together a stellar front office, and I'm excited, ready to get rolling. I wish I could still play. I mean, I could still play, but I'll leave.
Emergency sub if they need somebody, maybe.
I'll leave it up to the guys that we got on that roster. Only
There
thing
you
we
go.
give out knowledge and make adjustments throughout the game to put us in the best chance to win.
Yeah, when we're talking about guys, I know it's a bad timing. Like James Gist just retired. I didn't know if we try to drag him out of retirement or not here too. I know you guys, a couple of you are right on that edge of like, I could still get out there and run with him, but might be feeling it a little bit more
Yeah,
come Monday morning.
you for sure will, but there's no need to do that.
You got a great squad here. That's awesome. Again, the game is Friday, so that's tomorrow. By the time people are hearing this, Friday 6 p.m. The game will be on TBT YouTube. If you just search the basketball tournament on YouTube, it'll come up, and then the next game would be Sunday against the winner of the the opposite game in the flight there. But Sean, I don't want you to have to say this, but I mean maybe you're willing to. About me saying this, looking at the rosters here, this is a winnable flight for you guys. You got a great group here. I'm excited about the opportunity, and I think this is a great first step. It'll only get easier for you guys building this thing in the future. So I think for Terps fans, this is an opportunity to get in on the ground floor here with Shell Shock and see what you guys can build long term.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And again, like I said, we are excited to see what the finished product looks like at the end of the day, especially tomorrow. Our first game, we'll probably always get them jitters, but
Sure.
we're pros and we know how to adjust and we know how to adapt to the surroundings. So again, Terp fans, come out, support, tune in, and again, we're going to do more things together because I think that's what's needed. When you look at all the top tier schools, they grew that brotherhood and guys text all day, every day, just to check in on one another, and that's what we want to do, and that's what we're trying to bring back to University of Maryland basketball, and that's the most important thing for us because that's our brotherhood. That was the thing that kept us thriving and kept us going, no matter how days may end. As long as we have each other back, it's all that matters.
I appreciate you guys doing that. I can tell you from doing this show, just my own friends that are Terps fans, there's definitely an appetite for seeing more of that from the fan base here.
Oh, you will.
And yeah, I love it. And it's a labor of love for you guys too. Like this isn't a money making venture. You're doing it because you love the program, the university. So it means a lot. So
Appreciate
great work and good luck. And I will see you guys down there in Harrisonburg, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, sir. All right. Thanks for having me, and I appreciate it. Terp Nation, come out, support, go on YouTube, watch. Shell Shot is in the building. We're trying to win that $1 million.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. If you're watching this on YouTube, click that like button for us. Harrisonburg, only about 2.5 hours from College Park. If anybody wants to make that Friday drive down, can also come down for Sunday for the second round because I'm predicting a first round win here. So hopefully we'll see you guys out there. Sean, good luck. All right, everybody, we'll catch y'all soon. And remember, fear the podcast.
Thank you.